How to get a taxi in Mexico. Hi, broadcasting not live from Mazatlan, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. We have a new Facebook page. It's called Mexico Expats Bill Dallas Lewis. The link is in the description below. We only have about 170 subscribers right now, but grow with us. Share your ideas, your videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Let's talk about getting around in Mexico. If you're lucky, when you get down here, you'll find a place to live where you can walk everywhere and get everything you need. Fresh vegetables, poultry, beef, chicken, popcorn, toilet paper, all that stuff. I just went out this morning, I bought all that stuff. Everything was within 4 or 5 blocks. In this video, I'm not going to go into local buses in Mexico. You should really explore them because they're very inexpensive. Here in Mazatlan and in most places, the bus costs about 13 pesos, that's 70 cents. You can ride the bus for an hour for 70 cents. Like where I live in Mazatlan, to get to El Centro, it's about a 20-minute drive. In a taxi, in a regular taxi, that's gonna cost me about $8. But I can take the bus and get there for 70 cents. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 different types of taxis that are generally throughout Mexico. I'm going to talk about airport taxis, regular taxis, and I'm going to talk about Uber and Didi. Between Uber and Didi, there's one of those that I never ever use and I will never use again, and I'll tell you which one that is at the very end of the video. Let's start with airport taxis. I'm just going to say it right up front. Airport taxis are the biggest rip-offs in Mexico. Most major airports have a special fleet of taxis. These are airport taxis, and these are the only ones that are allowed to come up to the curb at the airport and pick you up. Usually, the airport taxis will charge you twice as much as a regular taxi. For example, if you go to the Puerto Vallarta airport, if you take an airport taxi into El Centro, it's going to cost you twice as much as a regular taxi. I've flown in and out of Puerto Vallarta many times. Just a little tip. When you get off your plane and you get your baggage and you go outside, there's only one way to get outside the airport. If you look, once you get outside, you're on the sidewalk, look to the left and you'll see a big 4-lane highway. If you walk to the left, you'll find a little bridge. It's just a pedestrian bridge that goes over that 4-lane highway. It's not far, it's maybe 15 yards away from the sidewalk when you leave the airport. But if you walk over that pedestrian bridge and then walk down the steps, there are all these regular taxis that are waiting for you right at the bottom, and you'll save 50% of what it would cost for an airport taxi. If you really want to save money, walk over the pedestrian bridge, down the steps, and then call Uber or Didi and save even more money. Let's do a basic price comparison between the taxi, Uber, and Didi. Please leave a comment, tell us what you think. And if you like the video, click the like button. If you know somebody that's coming to Mexico and needs a taxi, click the share button. I used to go to Walmart about every 2 weeks to do my big shopping. You know, you get all the stuff you need. You got 5 bags, you need a taxi, right? When you go to Walmart, there's always a little line of regular taxis waiting for you right out front. Let's compare prices. I live about 3 miles from Walmart, so to take a taxi from Walmart to where I live, it would cost $6. If I take Uber for that same 3-mile trip, it will cost me $3, half as much. If I take Didi for that 3-mile trip from Walmart to where I live, it's going to cost me $1.50. So notice that the price of a regular taxi is going to cost you about 4 times more than Didi. As far as price goes, for me, Didi comes out number 1. We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Click the subscribe button and you'll get a notification and you can join with us in the fun every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. I travel a lot through Mexico, and until about 2 months ago, I used Uber all of the time. I used Uber so much that they even emailed me a couple of months ago and they said, "You've just taken your 300th trip on Uber." Then things with Uber got weird. It's like I would order a taxi, it would say it's going to be there in 8 minutes. So I wait 8 minutes, it gets down to 7 minutes, and then it would say, "We're finding you a new driver." So my phone shows me that they're finding a new driver. They find a new driver and it says, "It'll take you 10 minutes for this driver to get there." So I'm supposed to wait 10 minutes, I wait 9 minutes, I'm down to 1 minute, and then they switch again and they say, "We're trying to find you a driver." So what should have taken like 8 minutes for a driver to get there ended up taking about 30-40 minutes for Uber to get there. Towards the end of my experience with Uber, that was happening more and more here in Mazatlan. What killed the deal with Uber for me was 2 times the driver never showed up. One time I was at Walmart, and the other time I was going to El Centro, and the driver never showed up. Uber charged me both times. Again, the driver didn't show up. They charged me for nothing. And I emailed them again and again, and to this day I have not received a response. So they're the basic taxi services that I use, but here's a big airport tip that will save you a lot of money. Before you take your flight, go to Google Maps and do a search for the airport that you're flying into on Google Maps. When you do that, they're going to show you the airport, but if you zoom out on the airport a little bit, it will show you little icons for the restaurants and the hotels and stuff right near the airport. Now we know that wherever you're going to go, the airport taxi is going to charge you wazoo money for your ride. Almost all airports have a hotel like right outside of the airport area. So what you do is you find a hotel right next to the airport and you have the airport taxi take you to this hotel that's only like a quarter mile away from the airport. Have the driver drop you off at the hotel or the restaurant and then call Uber or Didi. Thank you for watching. Save some money. Take my taxi tips. We have hit that subscribe button. We have many more videos to come. We'll see you in the next video.